Welcome to Season 10, Episode 8. This place takes place in Greenbrush, Wisconsin. Welcome to the old Waite House Plantation. Let's see what this place is all about. Intro. Why would we continue to investigate ghost places? We are curious. We had investigated America's most haunted places in the past. In the dark and can't see. What happens to us could lead to a scary moment with my friends Brady and Alex that is with me in these places that we want the answers to why these places are haunted when capturing pieces of evidence of the paranormal. So, this is our own evidence of ghost searching. This is the old Wade House in Greenbrush, Wisconsin. Like the old Sturbridge Village, we are here to check this ancient house out, starting with interviews. So this guy named Nick will tell us the information about Old Wade House and go from there. You can take a ride through the village. This here lovely village that has a tour for the plantation site. The person of the tour will tell you all about the place. Yes, Mike, let us do that instead of talking on the ground. Oh, okay. So, Nick, when do you start getting on these here called horses? You shall wait in line with other tour people in line. No problem, we can do that. Since we have been walking now, the wait in 20 minutes to wait for the horse ride. It is 20 minutes long before our turn to be on the ride. For just a ride? Well, this place is really active during the day. That explains everything. Yes, sir. Horse rides for the tour and the tour on foot is packed. Wow. Alright, guys, since we are waiting in line, let us see what video we have for today. Here we go once more again. Patiently waits as the three waits in line. Here is the next video link for the old Wade House Plantation. Here we go.
I remember there were so many trees, and everything looked so green and full of spring. I'm Ellen Wade, daughter of Sylvanus and Betsy Wade. In 1844, we left our home near Fort Atkinson and moved about 100 miles to the north. We carried all we had in a caravan of 3 wagons, including my mother's organ and my cat Pixie and her new litter. We had more children than kittens. There was my father, mother, 6 sisters, and 3 brothers. East of Fond du Lac, slashes on the trees marked the road, and it's a good thing because we couldn't always find it. We were stuck many times. And my father and brothers had to chop down trees to get us through. The last 5 miles took half a day. On Sunday, April 28th, 1844, we arrived in what would soon be known as Greenbush. I was 6 years old. This was long ago, and most of Wisconsin was still wild country. Wisconsin was an adventure. Sometimes a very beautiful adventure to a girl like me. My father, Sylvanus Wade, came from out east in Massachusetts. He was what came to be called a Yankee, not interested in farming or hunting, more of a businessman. His desire to see Greenbush grow encouraged him to buy land and to eventually open an inn between Sheboygan on Lake Michigan and Fond du Lac at the foot of Lake Winnebago. There was talk of developing the road running the 40 miles between the two. A log cabin was our first home. As we children grew, Father added new rooms for more space. I can remember it was one night after dinner, going outside with Mother. The forest surrounded the house, and we could look up and see the sky through the clearings where the trees had been cut for the house. She said the sky looked so small through those little clearings that she could hold all the stars in her apron. That first winter was a cold time, very lonely. Our nearest neighbors lived 10 miles away, and the forest had packs of gray wolves that frightened us terribly. Father and Mother spent many nights comforting us with reading, or telling us about their plans for Greenbush. Of course, there were Indians, too. As settlers traveled to Greenbush, the Indians came around more to trade or visit. In 1845, my sister Julia and her husband Charles Robinson moved to Greenbush. He planned to operate a mill near our house. He and my father worked to civilize the wilderness, build a town. As the road was improved, we saw more travelers and coaches. We rented rooms to some and fed many more. In 1848, we had a big celebration. The whole town did, as Wisconsin became the 30th state. My father always kept an eye out for chances to sell land. He'd ask people on the road, "Where are you heading?" Some replied, "To Wisconsin." If they looked hard-working and prepared for life here in the North Woods, he'd tell them they were here, invite them in to relax, and consider some land in wonderful Greenbush. If they looked ill-suited to building a town, well, my father would say, "Wisconsin, hmm? Have a safe journey." 1850 was the most exciting year I remember. I was 11. My father decided to build a new house. Everyone used to call our old place the halfway house. Our new one, 3 stories tall, was called Wade House. With 27 rooms, it was the finest dwelling for miles around. Father's business boomed. We even got a telegraph in Greenbush. The same year, crews started building a plank road between Sheboygan and Fond du Lac. They were called farmers' highways, so farmers driving heavy wagons wouldn't sink down in the mud. The plank surface was then covered with gravel. They struggled mightily for 2 years to complete that road. More folks were settling all the time, and we just had to have a better road. The government census in 1850 counted Greenbush at 180 souls, and I knew them all. I used to sit on the porch with my sisters and watch the wagons and coaches rumble by, sometimes more than 200 in a day. It was a special place, that early Greenbush. My parents were proud of what they'd done, both for our family and for the town. And in 1854, it looked like good fortune was coming down the road towards us once again, as plans moved forward for a railroad line right through Greenbush.
I am Theodore Herrling Jr., son of Theodore and Wilhelmina Herrling. In 1854, when I was 14, I came to America from Leipzig, Germany, with my family. My father was a sawyer in Germany. 2 years later, we headed for Wisconsin, where my father, Theodore, bought a sawmill in Greenbush from William Holloway, who got it from Charles Robinson, the son-in-law of Sylvanus Wade. We worked hard at farming, millwork, and skilled trades, the work we knew best. And the sawmill provided us a good living. We fixed up the dam, hauling mud and boulders in the heat of the summer. My father's brothers, Hermann and Constantine, soon settled in Greenbush, and they helped in our labors. As more people arrived, the Herling sawmill was a local source of wood for homes, so our business did well enough. In fact, the large new dam my father built in 1870 served the community for the next 40 years. But no railroad ever came to Greenbush. It went 2 miles north to Glenbeulah, and Greenbush began to decline. Oh, we all saw what was happening. Fewer settlers were coming. Greenbush's lack of a railroad kept it isolated. Time was moving on, and Greenbush was not.
Hey Joe, we're back.
We three are in some village in Wisconsin when finishing the video of this place, of the history of it back in the 18th century, either that or the 17th century. Continuing watching the video.
I am Wesley Young, grandson of Jacob Young, who founded the Young Carriage Works in Sheboygan. My family also came to America from Germany. When my grandfather arrived in 1854, he found Sheboygan very much like the towns he'd left behind. It was an engineering and manufacturing center, too, and that's why my grandfather chose it. He was a wagon maker, young and ambitious. In just 2 years, he had his own company. Soon, he was producing 25 wagons each year. By 1870, he built 85 full-sized wagons, along with dozens of sleds, buggies, and cutters. And character. Wisconsin had almost 600 inns. Just a handful remain. Wisconsinites drove thousands of wagons and carriages. Only a few survived. We're lucky, because what has lasted is some of the best of the past.
Today, 3 people have given us a look into their lives. Ellen Wade Carey has shown us the excitement of being a 6-year-old in the earliest days of frontier Wisconsin. Theodore Hurling has talked about the hard work of building a farm and sawmill. And Wesley Young has shared with us the twilight of an era in transportation. The Wade House site, along with the Young Carriage Museum, breathes fresh life into Wisconsin's past. By the quiet little town named Greenbush.
Let us always remember that there was a time in this country when even a whole day of life was not taken for granted, much less water, shelter, and a safe night's sleep. Now, by reason of this uniquely bountiful heritage, we take for granted too much. We assume, we expect, we insist. Nowhere else in the world is this possible. To take this heritage unthinkingly for granted is a first step to losing it. Each of us is a trustee of the past. We had the important task of living up to our inheritance and adding something to it.
Long videos are always interesting. Yes, sir. Okay, let us move on now. Our time has come to ride. I go first. As the three gets on the carriage horse ride, this happens. My name is Harold, and our horse is taking a break from a long stroll. We shall be back in action in about 10 minutes. Okay, we will wait. And so now we take a pause for 10 minutes. So fast forward, 10 minutes goes by, and so we re-record on our cameras. And so we look back at our old Sturbridge Village episode when something else had happened there, huh, guys? Yes, sir, a lot had happened over there, back in Massachusetts. What happens next is that the three talks about the old place in Massachusetts. Then the carriage starts to move while the three stops talking, listens to the tour guy named Harold. Hey Harold, what is this all about? Well, you are riding the inn's own stagecoach. So in the 1850s, Stagecoach Inn built alongside a plank road in Greenbush to serve carriage and wagon traffic. The site includes the reconstructed Harrowing Sawmill, one of a rare few working water-powered mills of its kind in North America. The Wesley Jung Carriage Museum houses Wisconsin's largest collection of hand and horse-drawn carriages. Ah, okay. And so this is the history, and I'm going to just skip that because that'll just take up all of our time. So move on from that. Stagecoach drivers and passengers alike term it the best on the road. Nice information, but nothing about this place being haunted. Oh yeah, it is said to be haunted by only noises, railroad crackling sounds, meaning a train going by, and screams. Nothing but that. Not that haunted. No! Relax, Brady. It is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You should know that by now. Indeed so, I know that by now. This old house is said to have little haunts, but we shall find out what this place is really about. We are in pitch black right now, and this is what we are seeing while we are walking in the hallway of this house. This place, the inside of it, it is just like the place in old Sturbridge Village, the greenhouse. It is not haunted. Well, that figures. Well, anybody in the barn? What? What barn? This room! Oh my god, an actual barn. Brady, go in there alone. No, dude, do not shut the door. Bye, Brady. No! This small barn has spiders in it. No! Mike all of a sudden just wanted me to be all alone in this barn. Great. Well, me and you, Alex. All I can say is that this place is another waste. Yeah, well, some places do have no ghosts here, and some do. We just need to find the right spot to see if something is in here. Right. We should go upstairs. Okay. Brady in the barn. You and I are all alone. Who is in this house? Who's in the barn with me? were you a maid from long time ago named Ellen Wade? After 5 minutes later, this happens. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I feel a spider on my back. It's crawling like a hand. Go away. Ah, open up, open up, open up. I just heard a smashy sound. Man, look at the stuff. It is so old. Like old Sturbridge Village, of course. Damn, man. I am sitting on this bed, and it feels like a bench. It's made out of wood. Out! Was that Brady? It is. Go, 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 go. Downstairs. Now, now, now. Brady? Help! Help! We are in an old house that is in Wisconsin. When suddenly Brady was in a tiny barn-like room that we put him there right away, that he freaked out. Guys, get over here now! I have a spider on my back and I heard smashing noises. Here, get over here now! Okay, we are coming. We're coming, we're coming! Brady, stop! There is no spiders on your back. No! I swear I felt something running on my back. On your back? Okay. And what's smashed in here? I do not know, man. It sounded like an old vase that tipped over around here, maybe. It was like smash. Okay. Well, something is definitely here. No doubt about it. Just check it out. Okay. I am using the EMF device. Excuse me, from the railroad project. Did you smash something in here? I heard a whisper. You for real? No joke, man. But not captured on any three's camera's audio. Sadly, though. Okay, then. Were you the one that built the railroad downtown? And then came here to this house to drop off the leftover wood from the train tracks a long, long time ago? Please yell something out. Bro, I swear I am getting touched right now. What? Oh, Alex, the MF is spiking at a 20, no, 25. Who is in here? And it is so ice cold in here. Ah, it does feel cold in here right now. Wow. And I am getting touched right now. Bro, this is a memory of something that I definitely know about. What place that was absolutely scary that I just want to freak out right now. An old White House when being disrupted by strong energy that we never felt in a long, long time ago. This is like an old memory, man. No kidding. Something is here, man. Oh, I just saw a shadow behind you, man. I swear. Was it black? Yes, it was black. Are you the builder that died here? Guys, let us set a camera to see what we can capture. Great idea. So if you can hear me, sir, or ma'am, please come to this camera. Bow! Alright, so it is recording. So right now, we are going outside because this house is small, so we are going to walk in the dirt road to see what we can find. Here we go. This is messed up. I feel a breeze right now. Listen! I hear gunshots in the distance. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Gunshots. Wait, from the history, gunshots are heard like it was from the Civil War, from a long time ago. And 3 gunshots are heard every time at 3 a.m. That is true, yes. Now a moment of silence when the 3 walks now. Then, without warning, Mike spot another barn that the 3 investigators will check it out. Dude, poo-poo. Shh. Dude, I swear to God, an animal was just in here. Just saw a animal just ran from down there. Ow! Something just brushed me! I can't see. This barn is pitch black. Feels like something wants us out.
Hey Joe, we're back.
We are outside right now from the old Wade house on a dirt road when the door somehow was not locked. Oh! So now something is in this barn. Hey, squirrel, raccoon, porcupine, please leave us alone. We mean you no harm. Supposed to be lighted, gray. Or we can retreat and go back to the old Wade house. Yeah. Shh, shh. I just heard I cry in the distance right now. What is going on here? Let us go back to the old Wade house so we can see what our camera had captured. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Brady, 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 stop, 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 stop running! Stop running! Around in circles. Do not run. Do not run, bro. You know this. They can sense that. Okay, okay. What did you see? What did you panic like that? Why did you? Because I just saw a darn evil black tall figure from that left corner and it smiled. And it looked at me while it waved. With a wave that it was looking like it had giant red nails. Oh my god. We are leaving at once. This is something demonic in here then. Yes, sir. Okay then. Retreat! So as the three make their way back to the old Wade house, Brady checks on the camera. Finds out that the camera got knocked over. Whoa. Oh shoot! Who knocked my camera over? This never happened to us since the time in that Panola Hall, right? Yes, yes, yes. My camera got knocked over there. Was this the ghost of the worker of the house? So right before the episode ends, by the way, it is 6 a.m. and we are in a hotel right now. Our own. So when my camera... Alright, so this takes place right now in a hotel in Wisconsin. It is 6 a.m. and we are just talking. When my camera got knocked over at the house, this piece of evidence will shock you two guys to death. Camera? Explode it! There is the first voice, and here is when the camera gets knocked over after this voice. So the camera gets knocked over. Get out! Leave! And crash goes Brady's camera again. The old White House was indeed haunted, even when the history says that it is not haunted. So we thank Wisconsin for a wonderful night on being in that house of a one-of-a-kind village. The end.